And you're back, and we're back, and we're all back because it's the Early Late Night Live show on every Wednesday night from 7 to 8 with our special guest, Tajoura, who's going to be singing her song, Naked. Take it away. Wait a minute. I just realized how bad.
The song is
Let me get my phone ready.
Just realized she is going to be singing her song titled Naked. All right.
naked around you, always. Naked thoughts and naked dreams, naked like Eve, not wearing a fig leaf on any part of me. Naked, I'm naked, so naked. Naked being how I be, naked. I'm naked, so naked. Eyes wide open, now I see. I look and saw you, and I wonder, do you see what I see? Standing strong, tall like Adam. You're the man in front of me. You're naked, naked, so naked. With your eyes trained on me, naked, naked, so naked. Reaching for the best of me. Your shadows in the brightness, a cool breeze in the warm. Imperfect in your beauty, I like what I see. I'm brightness in the shadows, warmth in a cool breeze, a beauty in my imperfection. Do you like what you see? We're naked, oh naked, so naked. Naked being how we be, naked, oh naked, so naked. You are naked here with me, get naked, oh naked, go naked. Naked being how we be, naked, oh naked, so naked. Naked is being free.
That was Tajoura singing her original song titled Naked. She's going to be coming over. Our guest for this week. Come on over. Jack is making sure you are. And for those of you who don't know, there's a lot of wires and stuff behind the cameras, and so we have to navigate people so they don't trip and everything back there. So,
All right.
hey,
Hello.
I love the song.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
No, it was awesome. A lot of times you hear people, everyone plays music. It seems like sometimes, So I've been making films for a very long time, and so I've gotten tons of people sending me their music, and not a lot of times do I like the music. I like that. That was really good. It was original, but it was still felt like, oh, this is, had a familiar type of vibe to it. So I got to ask you this. Who is your inspiration as a musician then?
My inspiration as a musician, that's a really good question.
Yeah,
I have a lot of inspirations. Like, I'm a big fan of music in general, but if I were to pick a handful of people, there are a lot of really awesome women in music. You think of people like Aretha Franklin, who just passed, and even more recent people, Bonnie Raitt, and it's about the feeling.
I think like Petula Clark and Stevie Nicks and
Stevie
Joan
Nicks.
Jett. Yeah,
Well, yeah.
Stevie Nicks is amazing. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Carly Simon. I mean, there's just so many amazing
Female songwriters.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So,
oh yeah. Fantastic.
Yeah. Aretha Franklin, man, she was.
I think my dad had like a huge crush on her. He used to tell me no one could touch Aretha.
Oh
Really?
yeah.
It's like almost a religion.
A lot of people still can't.
She was just, just what a voice.
Oh yeah.
you know?
Oh, yeah.
So no, that's cool. So I'm gonna make a little fun, but we usually say, oh, let's have a couple questions or something like that. So we got like a really long.
Bring it on.
Usually it's just like, oh, okay, yeah, wow, this is a lot of questions. So all right, but this is you have broken down to categories, which I appreciate. But this one right here, which is the question I always ask all the time. But you work in film. You're an actress, correct?
I am, yes.
Yep. All right. So how is film different from theater? So you've done stage and...
I have.
Right, okay.
I have. I've done a lot of theater. And it's really about the perspective. When you're an actor, from an actor's perspective, when you're on stage, it's about getting all of the emotion that's here out.
Right.
Into a big room usually.
Yeah.
It could be a small room, but it's
Right.
usually a big room.
Right.
When it's film, your space is about the size of the screen. So
Yeah.
your acting is all here. And the subtlest movement can make the biggest difference in how the person who's watching receives what you're feeling. So
Yeah, I agree.
it's a big difference there. Oh yeah.
So, because
Mitch too.
Mitch
Hey.
has gone back and forth on theater and stage. Which do you prefer? Would you say, like as an actor, are you particularly more of a bigger bombastic character, or are you more like a more inner type?
It really depends on my mood. I'm not gonna lie. I swing from left to right when it comes to how I feel, and so when I want to there's something about that close up on the face.
Yeah.
That but it takes a while for other people to see that because you have this thing called the editing process.
Yes. Yeah.
Right? Between you and your audience. When it comes to theater or even just singing on stage, the audience is usually right there and it's instant
Right.
gratification. It's
Really
like
quick shout
instant
out.
feedback.
Kate Epworth says, "Lovely song and young lady." I loved
Aw.
it. So she's a performance artist herself. So that's really cool. Really cool. People
Thank
actually going into
you.
your YouTube page, which I'm very happy about. So.
Yeah, thank you so much.
So that instant. I've never been on stage. I've done like stage combat, but I've never actually done performance on stage. Yeah, that must be very gratifying when you can actually really feel their connection directly with the audience.
It is. I mean, I know as a performer, I personally, that's why I do it, because there's something about that human connection that
Right.
really, when someone hears your song for the first time, you may have been singing that song for 10 years, but when someone else hears it for the first time, it's new to their ear.
Right.
And it's an experience for them.
Right.
And so you can never forget that.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how old something artistic you do is. It always hits someone new for the first time every time it's getting seen. So
Yeah, because I think about, you hear about these actors complaining that someone comes up and says the same line that they said to them all the time. And we did a film called Not That Guy, and the name of the film was Not That Guy. The amount of jokes we got about, yeah, well, because I'm not that guy, or this is not that guy, oh, are you not that guy? And there's a part of me that got irritated, but then I realized, wait a minute, people are remembering the film, and they're now feel it as, and like, why am I getting upset? I've heard it a million times.
Right.
And for the record, I was never that guy.
Yeah, case in point, like,
nice.
but it's right because they're experiencing it for the first time,
Right.
and that type of connection. Now, when it comes to music, do you find there's a big difference? Like, I've heard someone say they have to act when they're playing music to a degree too. Like, they have to find emotion when they're performing music. Do you find that to be the case?
if you have to find it, you're singing the wrong thing.
Okay.
At least that's my perspective. I prefer to sing things that have meaning to me.
Okay.
Because then it's just a natural,
Right.
the emotion just goes with it. It's not, you're not trying.
Right.
It's something that just comes naturally, and it's a better process. Honestly.
Right. Okay. But
So-
with acting, it's kind of the opposite thing. 'Cause you actually have to go and find the meaning of the scene. then to a
Sometimes,
degree.
but
Yeah.
if you can come up with, and I'm totally switching gears here, but when we talk character development,
Yeah.
right? Character development for the actor is about finding those things you can connect, making that character real. It's another person, and if you can identify with them as a human being, it's really easy to find those 5 or 6 things that you have in common, and then the weird stuff comes out of there. I mean, Mitch, would you agree with with that. Would you like to add anything to that?
Yeah, I
idea?
could add all kinds of stuff.
Come on.
You're the guest.
Well, you were both in Spin the Plate,
Yes,
right? Which
yes.
is still winning awards, I think. Is that true?
Yeah.
Yeah, matter of fact, it's being released on Amazon on May 31st. I was going
Yes.
to share that later, but yeah, it's
That'll be on
recent news,
Prime
like
and you'll be able
literally
to watch
last
it.
night I got a call
Last
from the
night.
producer.
Yeah,
That's
literally.
awesome.
Yeah.
Wow. So how did you get involved with that?
It was a fluke. I knew the director and the producer, and the director said, "Would you like to come and help me with the auditions?" I really hadn't planned on auditioning for the movie at all. And it got to the end of the auditioning process, and him and the producer said, "Hey, would you like to audition?" And I said, "Okay." I'm like, "What part do you want me to read for?" They gave me 2 parts to read. I read the first one. I read the second one, and they said, "We'll call you tomorrow." And I got the role right away.
Wow.
So it was.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was. It was a.
I think that's the kind of story everybody hopes, that they'll just be working and someone will see them and say,
Right.
hey, try out for
But
this.
that is how a lot of the industry works. I mean, Harrison Ford got the role of Han Solo. Do you guys know how he got the role of Han Solo?
No
Enlighten
idea.
us.
I know some part of the story at least, but I'm not sure how accurate it is. So
Okay,
what's
George
your
Lucas
recollection?
didn't want him to play any part in the film because he wanted to not just cast him, because he was in American Graffiti, which was George Lucas's first film. Well, he made a couple short films for him, but that was his first noted film. And so, but he asked him to come in and help the actors read through their lines. And that's how he got the part. He
That's
just was
awesome.
so good at reading the part of Han Solo that he's like, this guy.
That's great.
Damn it, I guess I have to give it to
Because he
you.
didn't want him playing Indiana Jones either. Because again, he didn't want to just cast Han Solo in every single thing he did. And Spielberg said, "No, we got to have Harrison Ford." And he says, "All right, we'll get Tom Selleck." But then a little TV show called Magnum PI yanked Tom Selleck, and then Han Solo. So
Which
Han
worked out
Solo-
for the best.
Han Solo
It's hard to
reluct-
imagine Tom Selleck, with the hat and the whip.
Yeah, yeah,
He's
no.
just such a nice guy.
Yeah, yeah, the mustache,
See, I had heard something about him having been working on the construction crew for the film or something else and being discovered in that way. And I don't know if that was how he got started in film in general.
That may have been because
but
he'd
that
been
might
acting since he
be-
was young too.
Has he?
Was he?
Yeah, he was acting when he was pretty young when he was acting. He remember like one story he told about some guy saying, you didn't do good enough in this part. He said when Tony Curtis just played the bellhop in this one thing, he walked on screen and he was clearly a star. And Harrison Ford, I guess, said to the director, "Well, shouldn't he have been a bellhop?" And the director fired him. Because he was in Force 10 from Navarone, which I think may have came out before. I think came out before those films, which was a couple. He'd had some acting experience, but really it was Han Solo that really made him. The mega star that he became. But all right, I'm going to look at the list of questions. I forgot that it's here. All right, you see. Oh, where did you start in theater? Actually,
Where?
yeah.
Home?
Your question. That was your. Oh, where did your love of theater start? There we go.
Oh no, it's okay. I was actually born in the New York tri-state area. I'm from Connecticut originally.
Okay.
And so I was 40 minutes from New York City.
Ooh.
And the thing that got my attention first, believe it or not, was Evita. It was
wow.
Mandy Patinkin and what is her name? I wish I could remember her name. Patti LuPone, playing Evita and
Kind
Che
of a
Guevara.
very political thing. to
What
get
I'm
started.
saying, I know, but there was this commercial and she's singing, "Don't Cry for Me, Argentina." And I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. That looks dramatic. And, I was watching soap operas with my grandma. At like 5, so